All right. Good evening, everyone. It's 8 p.m. here in Chicago, March 1st. And to get things started, it's going to be Illinois Tech. Oops, typo. Illinois Tech Division C, as they are partaking in the CSL Gold League. Hawks have made it so far to reach now the round of 16. Yesterday, taking a victory 2-0 against University California Riverside. So today's matchup will be against University of Alabama Huntsville UAH Charger Yellow. So looking like some clients are bugged and both teams still in the lobby. It will be IIT being in game one, starting off on the blue side though. And I usually, this is my pick band music, but it looks like they got out of pick band. It seemed like an issue with client. But again, yeah, so right now the bracket form had the top 64 teams with the highest placements in their CSO group stage, but so far the Hawks have been in the Division C team have been plowing through the competition, I guess. So hopefully, this matchup seems to be a little bit more even on both sides. Good mix of golds and silvers. But IIT's lineup here today is the best that they've got. Doesn't look like they're going to go for any subs of any sorts. But we'll have to see if the games get on their way. Alright, gotta change my stream up too, as it's a bit while. If they're figuring things out, I'll figure things out as well. Alright. Alright. Sorry, I've been reading the chat from what they're saying to figure out what they want to do, but it looks like both teams are going to opt to go for a pro draft. So if they're going to go for a pro draft, then I'm going to go on break because that could take a while. But to explain for the audience, if you are not familiar with how the pick spans works, because as opposed to Collegiate League of Legends CLOL from the official tournament from Riot, players in that conference get access to League Unlocked, which gives them all access to all 150 plus champions. However, in CSL, it's a different story. More often than not, it is usually like a lot of the players, like from colleges, won't actually own all the champs. More too often it's just like you own a couple, 30 or 40 that you're really comfortable with playing with, and then there's the other 100 plus that you'll never touch, right? So Pro Draft is a solution. It's an online tool that allows players to get the picks done through that channel, and then that way when they go officially into the pick ban through the client, then it doesn't matter what order they actually play in because they've already predetermined it in the online format. But we'll go on a break then. And apologies for debating everyone to tune into the stream because it looks like we're going to have to take a little bit longer of a break. But when we get back, we'll start the pick bands for IIT versus University of Alabama. Appreciate everyone's patience. I think we can now officially start the pick ban process. Both teams seem to have finished going through the pro draft, so we're gonna get started on these bans. Again, IIT versus University of Alabama Huntsville. It will be our Division C team versus UAH Charger Yellow. IIT is gonna start off with the Oran ban, and again, super broken, as actually we've seen J Mars fall to that in a first blood. One of Division C's, one of their star players, I'll just go with that, falling to a first blood is uncommon. And so having that at the hands of Orange seems to be something that they don't even want to give Alabama that choice. It's going to be followed up with the Fizz mid likely and the Hecarim jungle bans there. So it looks like IIT is diversifying that roster of bans to make sure they can focus on each specific role from UAH. Meanwhile, for Alabama, they are going to go with Veigar, Trundle, and Diana bans. Veigar, that's likely focused on a Wicked Scotty Veigar support. Trundle, very effective at taking the turrets, so likely something that, again, might be trying to force IIT into a certain comp from UAH side. And Diana mid there for Disperogian. But first round of picks will be having J-Mars 9 on this Darius once again. But Cheese and Eggs outside of the Kane, looking like even with that open, Cheese and Eggs diversifying the roster, good man. With the set jungle, it's going to be though Garen mid there for Disperogian. That is a tanky lineup of big boys. It's going to need a lot of damage there from Alabama, but on the flip side, it seems that they are trying to match Bruiser for Bruiser with the Scion top, Olaf jungle, and Galio mid. Galio mid, one of those picks where you rarely get to see the 1v1, kills coming across, but especially now with the Garen to boot, with the health regen. But again, that's both sides in the mid jungle top are going to take a while in the late game to get you from 100 to 0 in terms of the health. But IIT is going to finish it out with double support ban, Thresh and Blitz, both hook champions not even wanting to be thought about for TWAB, but TWAB will grab the Nautilus for himself, but Echo jungle likely taken away for Cheese and Eggs, and the brand support. So 2 bans for Wicked Scotty with the Brand and Veigar, 2 bans for TWAB with the Blitz and Thresh. IIT is going to finish up the second phase with the Aphelios and Vel'Koz bot lane, so going to have that damage output from them for sure. But Kaisa Nautilus, level 2 engage, Nautilus hooks from across the map, and to a squishy champion like Vel'Koz could be pretty dangerous in terms of giving up first bloods. But I have hope. IIT 2v2 bot lane has always been something that has been able to push some hard-fought victories for the team. So, is UAH up to the challenge, or UAH going to bring up the heat here for the Hawks? Maybe make them sweat a bit here. A lot of these games have always been 2-0s, 0-2s, but rarely do we see a full 3-game series. We're going to get hit with the spectator delay now for 3 minutes, so we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, it will be Game 1 on its way. See you in a bit. Alrighty. Appreciate everyone's patience. 3-minute delay has expired, and games are on their way. So for game one, Illinois Tech here on the blue side, it's going to be JMars9 on the Darius top lane, Cheese and Eggs set jungle, Dispierogi, Garen mid, Pirate Windows on the Aphelios ADC, and Wicked Scotty with the Vel'Koz support. Meanwhile, UAH will have top Hat Lord on the Scion top, Tomo Taco, Olaf jungle, Ducky XD with that Galio mid, WTF.jpg on the Kaisa ADC, and Twab on the Nautilus support. UAH looking like they're going for a 5-man approach here. Meanwhile, IIT front, lock, and center going for a potential invade from the looks of it. We'll have them going through the bot tribush. UAH not here to meet it. And it will be perhaps a Nautilus coming in unawares to this approach here. Always dangerous if you're not in the know. IIT looks like they want to opt for something. There is a ping there. They know something is up. Twab is there. Will be Twab instantly flashing away. Not even actually. I don't think the Darius didn't have the pull ability even, but yeah, not having the apprehend, but it's enough to spook the Nautilus, and that's going to be a summoners blown away. And the Hawks will put a ward there to keep an eye on who starts first. Meanwhile, UAH will have theirs on the river. Nothing too dramatic here, but Cheese and Eggs on that jungle. Will be interesting to see him on this role. I think this is my first time casting an official game for him like that. And I forgot to put the correct overlay. My apologies. Nice leash there for Cheese and Eggs. Olaf will be there to finish his off just a little bit, 2 or 3 seconds behind the set, but as he makes his way towards the red buff right from the start, it looks like Set's going to be going for the Raptors instead. Going to see if IIT can make UAH pay early for that Nautilus, for that flash, but gonna make sure we have to try to keep our eyes for that level 2. Level 2, though, meanwhile, going to be reached here first by the Scion, by top Had Lord. JMars will not have his at the ready yet. Just a little bit more. Will be reached, but doesn't look like we'll see anything. Level 2 hit here by UAH faster. Nautilus with his hook and the shield available. Will have a couple minions here pushing in UAH's favor. And the Garen-Galio matchup. Galio going with Doran's. Doran's shield will keep the Garen healthy enough, I believe. As he's doing a pretty good job of managing these minions too. I believe a bit of a CS lead building up here for Dispierogi too. 4 or 5. Cheese and Eggs coming around here for the first gank. Haymaker should be available. Will grab him. Decent amount of stacks there. Pull will come through, and the first blood there for Cheese and Eggs. Going to have to flash out, though, as Tomo Taco is there to meet him up. Lens being used here from Olaf, as he had gone for that right after he put the initial ward here on the river. Will be going on the Scuttle first. Cheese and Eggs will have a smite available for the Scuttle. Does he want to secure it? It will be him taking it just for security. Galio will be around here, but do they want to go for this matchup? This is going to be a big fight. Stun here will come through, but the Galio is not there enough, and 2 kills for IIT starts them on a really good spot. 2k gold lead already here built up for the Hawks. Not likely expecting the damage from Dispierogi. Dispierogi, in fact, using the flash to be able to effectively silence the Olaf, I believe. Haymaker, I believe, from the set also lands the full brunt of its damage. So, IIT using this Bruiser comp to pretty good effectiveness. Aphelios with every single gun imaginable on this kit. Literally will just be impossible to say stuff besides he kills people. But it's going to be Olaf here. Now, fresh from his death, will pick up the machete, I believe, and the Scuttle. IIT though has a ward to keep him in check. I believe they saw him as he took that scuttle, so they are taking a bit of a backseat here. Level 4 will be hit by UAH faster than ITE's bot lane once again. Set now finishing the Krugs here, hovering in the bottom side. And that's an Olaf finishing up his Krugs as well. Doesn't look like he wants to go for a gank though. He's going to go for his wolves. Meanwhile, will be seen by the scuttle, killed by Olaf earlier, and will go for his raptors likely. Haven't seen the hook land, but it will start things off. Twab will have a decent amount of damage, and IIT quick to repay the root there to keep him in place. Wicked Scotty using a decent amount of mana to be able to chunk them down. Will be taken to only about 80 mana, just one ability likely left in the kit. It's going to use it right off. And a health potion as well. Not sure about using the health potion. It's wasting a lot of his health already, but I think he might have been spooked. Going for an engage, wanted to have that just in case. Set waving a friendly hello to that Galio, to Ducky XD. But it will be some time wasted for this Set as he hovers in the bot side. Looks like he wants to help out IIT, but nothing here for him as these camps, and he'll be walking over this site. UAH will know not to go any further. Will give Olaf the time to catch up and take the camps here in the red jungle. Cheese and Eggs wants to look like he wants to go in. Will push out the silence, and another roam here from Cheese and Eggs won't yield much for about 30 seconds. So again, it's all about trying to match the XP, and this Pierogi wants to match Twab. Hook will not land from him. IIT though with the back, Aphelios will come back with the BF sword. Vel'Koz is going to come back full mana, and Tome with Sapphire Crystal. So perhaps a Luden's first item we could expect. If Wicked Scotty was smart, he would pursue Kaisa all the way and not let her back. She will be backing under a ward, and Wicked Scotty being seen by the minions here is not going to let her get away that easy. You need to land a miracle ability. Hey, will not land. I think if he landed it like a straight 90, he could have, though. In any case, Jamar is taken very low, taking a turret shot in fact, against Top Hat. But since that first blood, I believe, from the Set gank, we haven't seen much. Jamar still confident in his ability, from the looks of it, to go head to toe, or toe to toe. Is that the expression? Toe to toe, I believe, with this Scion, as he is leading by about 200-ish health. Olaf will be shown here in the bot side by a ward from IIT. Meanwhile, Set still opting to go for the bot side, leaving his camps unattended to. Will have the red buff in his kit. Will have the Mountain Dragon available. I forgot to put in the buffs. And will have the Galio back. Could this be the start of a fight? Jamars, you mad lad. Why every time I gotta have to go back to you? We talked about how he was under 200 health. He's going to be able to get the E. He's going to be able to get the stacks. Could it be a flash play? It will be the flash play. Just enough mana to perfectly execute that combo, by the way. Cheese and Eggs walking all over this Olaf's jungle, though. It's going to have 4 members of IIT here. And will be seen by a ward, though. IIT, though, wants to be here if they want to try to go for the contest. Galio will be level 7, will have the ultimate available should the Nautilus choose. But, looks like Olaf, though, not available to attend that. Perhaps a possible invade to make the Set pay for all of these large roams, because Tomotako should be able to hit level 6, I believe, after this Scuttle. Is showing himself once again here, and these are some fairly big roams here. Cheese and Eggs going to be walking right to Tomotako. Is not going to have the knowledge of this, but this Pierogi is going to be here in the meanwhile. Galio going to be ulting right out of it, actually. I believe he avoids the damage, but Scion there to collapse on it with his ult. 2 kills there for UAH. The Ignite going to be not gaining anything. No kills there for IIT, and the Rift Herald now set in the sights for Huntsville. Level 6 here on both sides, but I believe IIT Vel'Koz not able to put enough harass damage to really dissuade this Kaiser from doing much. And if I recall, I don't think I saw any ADC bans either, so, you know, only the support bans. So could it be one of those cases where it's the support that's actually going to be ending up doing the carrying for these guys? Meanwhile, Olaf is going to finally, I believe, reach just a little bit ahead. And in a 2v2, Pirate Windows has got to try. He's going to flash for it, dodges the hook, but will fall into 2v2. Take a quick snap back. Will be the Vel'Koz landing his hook. Will be the knockup to stop him from that, but the Ophelia is still in range of the Vel'Koz. Will still have him take the knockup damage. Tries to outplay that, will not be able to, and that is a confident 2v2 from UAH to bring the kill lead back to 4-4. Even kills, even gold, and UAH back in the game after those 3 kills through the laners. It's going to be Tomotaco showing himself right here. Going to be taken very low, but it should be an Olaf there to secure the red buff. But will be Galio wanting to start the fight. It's going to be set now, finally disadvantaged here. He's going to flash away. Cheese and Eggs won't look for any more though. Cheese and Eggs dedicating a lot of time to his laners. I'm not sure I appreciate that when you've been like taking so much time to just keep a track of this Olaf or keep track of your laners that you're actually falling behind into XP. This Olaf is power farming through his jungle. Cheese and Egg still will try to return the favor, taking some camps of his own now finally with these Krugs. It will be a Tribush ward there for Sion, control ward to keep an eye on the set should he choose to come all the way around. But wave here pushing in favor of UAH could be likely them trying to set up another play. Could be Cheese and Eggs wanting to go for this play. He's going to have the flash available. The ult will not come through. The Haymaker will land. The flash just to be able to get out of that. One more turret shot could have taken him very close. Will be able to finish off the Sion. T expending a lot of these resources, a lot of these big team plays is going to let UAH get some chunks of turret plating here in the mid lane. Get one, but IIT will be able to take it down to only 1 turret plate left. Mars will take a turret shot. And that's going to be a Infernal Dragon spawning in 2 minutes. A couple members of UAH down here for the count. Pyre Windows, you got to be able to dodge it. It is not going to be able to do it. Will cleave right through it, but a full blast of Wicked Scotty ult will have the Disintegration Ray zap right through that Nautilus himself with no MR as of yet. Red team going to be putting down that Rift Herald first turret. Not in contention as of yet. But if Wicked Scotty's still alive, he should be able to take off the Rift Herald before it does any real damage. But if Wicked Scotty wants to go for the fight, will be Kaisa able to get the kill with her Q with the little missiles. That's going to have the Vel'Koz able to make it back by the time the dragon spawns. But IIT's bot lane taking the brunt of the deaths here. 1 and 4 pretty much combined with these two guys. Meanwhile, it's going to be set with 3 kills apiece on his name. Will be not hitting level 9, I think, by the time this dragon spawns. But perhaps to Olaf? Yeah, it will be Olaf with a smite level advantage from the looks of it. And that time finally paying off here for Olaf, going with the power farm. Cheese and Eggs going to run into Twab here. IIT wants to start setting up the vision, but Galio with the ult available is going to be a powerful tool to dissuade IIT from grouping too far into this dragon. And if set stays too long here, we'll be walking over a ward showing the set now in the bot Tribush. Olaf coming around here in this vision control. IIT does not have anything in this river besides this control ward. Will be Galio trying to channel the W, will not be able to get the Garen, but it's going to be a TP used by Sion. Darius going to have to walk all the way down here. Dragon is going to be started, is going to be a control ward, is going to have the Disintegration Ray available for set from the Vel'Koz. This could be a big fight. IITs needs to make their way in here. It's not going to come through. Set's going to try first. ult here will be able to take down top Hat Lord. Tomotaco now next will be just able to barely get away. The Scion holding them back just a bit. The silence there from the Kaisa, from the Garen, is not going to come through just yet. Disparoki taking one more auto, will not. The silence there taken with it. Ooh! That's going to be a full ace for the Hawks. Very close game. Very close fight. But the silence from Garen, able to just hold back Kaisa from using any of her abilities effectively. And too deep a dive, too many bruisers in the face, leaves IIT with coming ahead in terms of the kills and perhaps a first turret. UAH will have to content themselves with that Infernal, but it will be 1-1 for the Dragons with the Cloud coming up in about 4 minutes. So first tower is going to push the gold lead back into IIT's favor, about 3k. That's likely going to be the Aphelios with a couple of those assists coming back in with the Essence Reaver. Yep. How do you have negative 140? What? Did you sell something? Is that how it works? I've got no clue. Kaisa will be just a little bit ahead. Will be starting her build towards that Ginsu's Aphelios though. IE attack speed, I'm not really sure what the go-to is here normally. But will be the second Rift Herald spawning now. It's going to be up for about 4 minutes. But do they want to go for a fight? JMars 9 and Set trading blows here. Olaf not going to be there as he's, again, power farming once again in an effort to keep up. Vel'Koz is not going to be there. He's going to be leaving Pyre Windows on his lonesome. But Twab not healthy enough. Starting to build that nice Val. It's only gonna, that Kindle gem only gonna give just a smidgen of health. Disparoki wants to start his way in. The knockup won't be there from Wicked Scotty, but the damage should be there regardless. Ooh, will have to E out. Will have to hex himself out. But do they want to go for more? Set able to secure this Rift Hero for himself, but IIT wants to pay in kind. Pyre Windows has got the ability to hold it through. The damage is not there just yet. Twab going to have to ult himself out. What the fuck, that JPEG? Ooh, will be able to take the turret before it finishes him off. A Summoner's here lost. Cheese and eggs. Oh my lord. Ah! That's a rest in peace, my friend. But the Rift Herald will still be alive. And they need to try to fight their way through it if they can. The knockup will be there from Scion. And the Rift Herald not going to be used to be able to get any damage on this turret. Or is it? They are on the chase. They are on the pull. Disparoki here for that follow-up. Silence here from JMars is going to be able to kill the Olaf. Ult here from the Galio will be enough damage. The Rift Herald able to chunk down that tier 2 turret to about half. Disparoki with the ult able to go on the rampage, going even in this trade 2v2. All of UAH now on the top side is going to be able to finally shut down a couple key members from IIT before they can get anything more. That tier 2 turret going to be just about 300 health though. IIT bot lane not having as fun of a day as you would expect. Kaisa able to get the kills that she needs against this Aphelios and essentially resort Aphelios to trying to play catch up. You know, bot turret still holding on pretty well. Meanwhile, mid's turret is mostly in touch too, but what's the play here from the Hawks? Is it trying to fight as a 5-man, or are we going to try to wait it out for Pirate Windows to catch back up to get some items? That's going to be a 2-item Kaisa. Will be stronger than the Aphelios for sure. But will it be stronger than the 3 bruisers here from IIT? A well-placed Set ultimate could have her flying back into enemy lines, but we'll have to see. Setting up some vision where they can. Twab's going to be hitting the lens. Won't be able to see any members with that. But will be walking over this ward. Will have an upgraded support item from that Vel'Koz with the Frost Fang. But Cheese and Eggs will take the buff once again. Garen will rotate down himself towards the bot lane now. JMars will be mid. Aphelios looking like he wants to be mid lane now with this rotation. But it's going to be the Cloud Dragon spawning in 10 seconds. 5 members from both sides here hovering around here. A big fight setting its sights here. big summoners missing here, though. Kai'Sa will not have that flash available. That ultimate will be an all-in. Dispirogi could go for that shutdown. IIT pinching a couple members of them here. It's going to be the flash, though, available for Wicked Scotty, but the damage follow-up is so big. Dispirogi too late to the fight. J. Marson and the two of them are going to have to fight their way out if they can, but that's not going to be enough damage. The quadra kill, the hook from the Nautilus, will be able to have UAH take the fight. IIT lacking the vision, lacking the execution to be able to approach the Dragon Pit, not respecting the Nautilus ult. And that will be finally UAH bringing the kill feed, bringing the gold lead in their favor, and having a nice leash for that Raptor. Olaf going to return with a invade of his own, but won't be able to get anything here as the Krugs have already died. And a big misplay there. The Scion ultimate followed by the Nautilus knock-up Galio ultimate to boot is the Wombo combo that IIT cannot handle. I think in a full 5v5 fight, I think IIT's learned their lesson. I don't think they can take the fight like that. They have to run and gun their way through this. Do not allow Alabama to coordinate themselves to play the game. Don't allow them to fight and layer their combos like that. They excel their bruiser comps in terms of 1v1 capability. But it's early days yet. Gold fairly even across everyone. Is going to have to Garen having a slight lead, but will be Kai'Sa herself also rendering this Aphelios with a tough time. Ducky going to be taking a lot of damage, will be having to use the stopwatch to get away from that. Set going to ult him right under, but Aphelios needs this kill. Will finally get some shutdown gold. That's going to be some much needed bonus gold there for the Aphelios to finally get. Meanwhile, it's going to be a decent death timer, 30 seconds. IIT wants to see if they can get themselves started towards this tier 2. Again, we saw the tier 2 top. So objective-wise, IIT still fairly ahead. Now taking the third turret, but Sion coming around from the bot side. This play has to be played perfectly, but will be seen by a ward. Will be the set there to keep him in place. J-Mars will have the pool available. Will be Disbroken there to tank the brunt of the damage. Top Headlord going to be silenced throughout the process, and IIT able to get a pick with this. And able to bring the gold lead back to in their favor with the red buff available as well. That's going to be nicely handled by Cheese and Eggs. We'll be able to quickly make short work of that. As the Nautilus is going to be coming to the bush again, but will have to hook himself out. Excuse me. Allergies. I'm allergic to throwing. That's why I'm sneezing. Which I hope IIT doesn't do, but maybe it's a premonition. It's going to be a while for that next dragon to spawn, so IIT looks like they're going to go out for some backs. That's going to be a Vel'Koz finishing up. I believe that could be a Liandry's or... No. It will be finally the Luden's finished. I was wondering what this Ruby Crystal was for. But I think he realizes that he got popped in that fight here towards that third Cloud Drake. But, the third dragon, that was Cloud, excuse me. Better phrasing. But not sure if a Baron play at this early is really what they want to do. They're likely just testing the waters, trying to see if IIT does misplay, positioning themselves once again. We see UAH being creature of habit here, wanting to make them go through the move first. This Brogy is going to be coming in here blind. Vel'Koz needs to be able to land a huge ult to get it through. Sion ult will be there. Set ult will be there, but the damage is not just there yet. Still all of the members alive. The Q from there is not going to be able to fall through. Pyro Windows wants to go for it, but he will not be able to. Damage there is, in fact, not able to be followed up from IIT correctly. Once again, not respecting going inside these jungles, letting UAH letting IIT make the mistakes. And I sneezed earlier, and I guess I had that coming to me, because Pirate Windows is struggling here to be able to keep himself relevant in this game. W going to be landing here. Wicked Scotty going to be taking about 200 damage from that Kai'Sa Q. 5 members of UAH wanting to break their way into a second tier 1 turret now. And will be secured. Couple of fairly low members from UAH. No TP wards, and actually let me rephrase, no TPs available from UAH either. But it's going to be the dragon spawning in 40 seconds. It looks like UAH wants to back first before they can get it, which should give IIT time to set up in the river if they play this correctly. But it doesn't look like they are going to. It's going to be set wanting to go for the Krugs again. But another big team fight loss like that could be transitioning right into that Baron play. It's going to be the Kaisa with the upgraded item with the Muramana and the Zonius now to keep her in that stasis just long enough in case if she gets picked out, she has a safety. Aphelios a full level behind, I think. A full item behind. 2,500 gold. Yeah, will only have the Essence Reaver and the PD. Can they collapse for this? It's going to be Cheese and Eggs going to be caught out once again. The damage is not going to be there. And the hook from the Aphelios is going to be there to follow it up. This Rogi wants to go what he can, but the CC is too strong. IIT falls once again. Not able to set themselves up correctly once again. If you're going to go for Krugs and you don't have the vision, then why do you go up? I don't understand that. Oh, man. IIT, not really too impressed. UAH team fighting much more effective, setting up for the 5-man. UAH puts all of their faith to fight as 5, knowing that they can beat IIT. But IIT puts faith in their solo laners, which is not going to be how they can win a team game like this, especially something as high level as this round 16 playoffs. Honeyfruit will be there to bring the Olaf back to about half health, and it will be a unwarded Baron once again. And you can see it, the vision score doesn't lie. 15 wards, 20 vision score behind from that Vel'Koz. We'll have him hovering in that bush, does not want to risk it. Wicked Scotty coming all the way from around. The Miracle Hook will not land. That's would be actually broken if it could. But Set's not going to have the lens either. What is this? I don't understand how in 25 minutes you can think it's acceptable for your jungler to still have the fucking trinket instead of lens. I'm getting so tilted. Kai's not going to be backing with the dagger. Could be a PD build or a rapid fire cannon, honestly. But Garen's going to try to split push his way into this. Going to try to get a little bit gold back in their pockets. IIT cautionary words put out here, but they don't have the coverage. UAH has got all of their bases covered. They know that they can't risk going into that Baron. They're going to try to force a play here. Garen's going to go for the split push. They want to force the fight here. Science going to be late to the party, though. IIT wants to go for this. They're going to go for the inhibitor. They're going to go for the trade. It's going to take a while for that to respawn, but it's going to be the Galio going to use his TP just to see if he can protect it. And facing Ducky in a 1v1. Ducky will not have his team there, and IIT will trade for the inhib turret for Baron. If they can make this play work, we'll have to knock up there. Ducky taken very low, but IIT going to trade for the 2 turrets. Can they play this out correctly? They look like they want the back for this. It looks like Sion's going to use the ultimate. It will not be able to land on any members. Cheese and Eggs going to be taken very low. The knockup will not be there. Gnarl's ultimate going to be there. He's going to make the sacrifice play. J-Mars there will not let him fall alone. It will be the GA popped. It will be J-Mars and the set falling. Pyre Window's now going to have to try to kite his way back, but he's going to be flashed upon. And IIT looks like they overstayed their welcome, but will be able to get a inhib and an inhib turret to return. And it looks like IIT finally pulled the trigger, not opting to take the team place, instead go for that split push. Force UAH to make rash decisions, come into fights uncoordinated, and I believe that is the right call. Yeah, I just cannot, I don't think we can trust the Aphelios damage to be able to do enough at this point. Kai'Sa's bot and the bot lane here is setting up too many plays for UAH. Is leaving her too much of a menace to deal with, but Garen with a potential flank? No. Won't opt for it just yet. It will be a couple turrets here. It will be 1 turret yielded so far in this Baron power play. Will be about a minute and a half left for this Baron. UAH using a decent amount of time to be able to recall and come back here to protect their turrets. So before the Baron minions can do any real damage towards this tier 2 bot, it will be a couple members of IIT to collapse on it. It will be the Baron buff expiring by the time the Cloud Dragon comes through. And that's going to be a Nautilus solo pushing. A support is split pushing the minions. Cheese and Eggs, are you going to let that happen? And it looks like he just might. Will have to address these minions on his own. And will still be walking all the way through just to go for a safe back. But no Nautilus hook means that IIT could perhaps go for a play. It's going to be the Zeke Stare for the Xayah. It's going to be the Knight, for the Kai'Sa. It's going to be the Knight's Vow for the Kai'Sa. And IIT has currently been 0-2 after this first couple of dragons. The past 2 dragons have ended up in pretty much full aces for them. It's going to be Olaf here, not able to get the scuttle. But it will be Disparogi starting off the fight here. And again, not able to do it confidently as UAH has the vision. They know where members of IIT are. They know that they can go for a play here. They know that J-Mars is going to be split pushing here on his own. And looking like they want to force another decision. The plant taking Olaf over the pit, fortunately. But Wicked Scotty's going to be about chunk to half. Won't have too much of an option, and IIT is going to force them to go for the split push. They know they cannot win the full 5, but J-Mars and Disparogi are big boys. They can shut down that Kai'Sa if they need to. Wicked Scotty needs to be able to get his ult through. It's going to be started things off, though, with Red Team being able to secure the Dragon. It's going to be IIT diving themselves all the way in just to be able to get her. Zonias can only do so much. J-Mars available with the Guillotine, I believe. Won't actually come through, but Olaf cleaning up through the backline. Disparogi and J-Mars have to be able to fight their way through it. J-Mars isn't going to be there for that. IIT gonna have to go is going to trade it for Cheese and Eggs, going for the inhib turret. 4 kills for IIT, but Set should be able to get this inhib turret to break their way into the base. Inhib turret will be taken down. Not wants to go on the chase though. Will concede. And 4 kills and a dragon for a inhib. That's a tough call to make, you know. IIT still willing to try to force fights. They will finally be able to get some much needed shutdown goal. What I believe it was a 500 there for the Vel'Koz. Was able to finish her off. So that will have 2 deaths to her name. But if we look, the Olaf has caught back up to the point in terms of the power farm to be 2 levels ahead of the Set. Set in that mid game, early game, I do not agree with the play for him trying to be around bot so long. You know, you have to, if you're not doing a camp like every 30 seconds or thinking about a camp, then you're already behind, I believe. And now you have to watch your camps be taken up by Ophelia so he can try to stay relevant in the game. It will be him crafting his way towards that IE, but won't have that just yet. 3k, that Kai'Sa's going to be a full item ahead. She's got the Gnasher's Tooth, she's got the AP and the attack speed to perhaps take on J-Mars and Disparogi. J-Mars going for that Bramble Vest, going for a catch here. Disparogi taken very close. Will be able to... Can you kill the Resurrection Plant before... Can you kill the plant before it comes through? And they want to go for that chase. J-Mars going to have to be leading the pack here for IIT. Looks like they want to break their way through it. Cheese and Eggs going to be catching the Galio midway. Galio's going to have to either ult himself out or run it through. Sion's going to be doing some split pushing of his own. IIT wants to break their way into the base here. J-Mars is going to be chasing this Kai'Sa all the way through. But the damage is there from the Kai'Sa, and she will fall in the 1v1. And this is a big misplay here from IIT. That Kai'Sa is still healthy. That Kai'Sa is still alive. That Pirate Windows is going to be taken very low. And it will be absolutely nuked. Cheesemaker will not have the Haymaker be able to land. Disparogi is going to have to try to ult himself out, but won't be there. IIT not able to coordinate their play. Kai'Sa is just still being able to kite her way out beautifully through that game. And Sion going to be able to crush his way through that TP turret, followed up with the Galio TP to be able to take an inhib for themselves. Baron is up as well. Ace will fall through as the GA had just expired. But it's going to finally be a inhib falling in place, looking like they might want to try to go for some Nexus turrets of their own. Perhaps? I'm not sure. Doesn't look like they opt for it, but there are Baron minions in play. And can the Hawks actually get it? I think they just might. That's 3 supers. That's going to be a decent amount of damage, and Sion won't have that damage. Sunfire Cape can only do so much. It will be 1 Nexus turret falling. So not all is lost for the Hawks, but that gold lead is still starting to increase. It's going to be a while. I believe Aphelios should be able to back with the IE now at this point, I think. But the 4 dragons there for UAH lets them have the soul, lets them have that increased movement speed, and especially against a comp where they're going to be diving to Kai'Sa, whatever Kai'Sa can do to be able to kite herself away, whatever her teammates can do to keep the fight moving and to keep the Kai'Sa kiting away is going to be what allows them to win. But that's going to be about 2 minutes left in this buff for UAH. It's going to have to be a miracle play if they want to be able to get something from it. Split push here. A couple members mid, couple members bot. This Brogy now also behind as well. Game taken very close. The taunt going to be used if he can try to do whatever he can. The dive here from a couple members is going to have to knock up. It's going to have Taco being taken very low, but not going to be able to have the damage come through. Kai'Sa going to be available, going to use the Zhonya, is going to be knocked up by the Galio ult, and the follow-up is not there. Set going to be using the ultimate, will be able to finish him off, but Aphelios from all the way around will fall, and that's going to be only Set alive, should be falling shortly, won't even have the minions to help him out. Will fall. UAH looking like they can seal the deal here and could potentially take the game. It's going to be 20 seconds until that Garen's available. Finally an ace coming through here. And a couple of Baron super minions here should be able to have the kills come through. I believe this is going to be UAH's game. It's going to be the first Nexus turret falling. It's going to be the second Nexus turret falling. Kai'Sa here, too strong for IIT. Not able to shut her down effectively. Trying to do some damage and won't be able to come through. It's going to be game 1 going over to UAH. 38-18, 69k to 59.7 in favor of Alabama Huntsville. And IIT, very messy team fighting. You know, it's something that I don't see. I think they were too scared. They thought they had to do something on objectives that they didn't need to do something. And that's going to, having a Vel'Koz be the most damage to your team means either A, you didn't play like a support, because you vision score was way under analysis that I marked by 20. And then B, you weren't able to get the magic pen either, because by the time that these guys were able to build it, your team wasn't able to follow up either. Kai'Sa doing good work, J-Mars and Disbroky trying to be able to collapse on her, but will not be able to have that go through. Will be the victory there for the Hawks. Okay, let's take it back to the spectator lobby. And now UAH putting themselves on the board early, 1-0 against the Hawks. Pro draft looks like it's already been used from the sounds of it, so we're gonna have the games pretty much start right up, it looks like. But yeah, that's a tough loss to swallow, I think, for the Hawks. They had so much things working out well for them in the early game. They were able to they were able to, take a bunch of fights. They were able to play correctly in that mid-late game with the split push, but too many failed fights had the Kai'Sa just rack up the gold early and make Aphelios rendered useless in that fight. I don't know if that is something that Pirate Windows is necessarily comfortable on that champion, but looking like, IIT's finally met their match in terms of the 2v2 bot lane. Finally met their adversary. In the bot lane. So we'll go on a quick music break. I'm going to mute my mic here. I'm going to check to see if anyone's talking in chat today. Does not look like it. So that's alright. If you are watching live, do appreciate you for tuning in. We are going to be... we always upload all of the videos that we take here, trying to upload them to YouTube. So if you're not here live, you can always watch it offline from the comfort of your own time. But yeah, looks like both teams are going to start their pick bans through pro draft. So we'll go on a bit of a music break, and when we come back, it'll be starting the official pick bans. Alrighty, that was a decent break there for you guys. Apologies if if you're actually watching this live. um, but we're gonna get ourselves started here for game 2. So IIT taking a pretty tough matchup there to lose to. IIT looking good in some spots, but the team fighting from UAH as a 5-man, too strong for the Hawks to handle, and MVP there for that Kaisa for sure. But will IIT's going to be here for game 2 will be on the red side, and UAH will be on the blue. First couple bans going to come out will be Diana, Trundle, and Vagar. So once again, Vagar being removed for Wicked Scotty. Are we going to see Wicked Scotty on perhaps a tankier support? Something that maybe not looking for the most damage, perhaps to do the right amount of kiting, tanking, and CCing needed for the team. But will be Nautilus, Olaf, and Orn. I don't know why that name escapes me. For IIT here in the first phase, so they do not want to give that Orn once again, but opting to switch things up with that Olaf and Nautilus. Olaf, I think near that end game, was able to just tear right through IIT's backline, having built up enough armor to shred right through Vel'Koz, and Philos just not having the damage just yet. First couple of picks here on the first phase, we'll have the Malphite top, Sejuani jungle, and Galio mid. Once again, some big tanky boys. And that 5 and UAH playing the 5-man to their benefit. But it's going to be IIT responding with the Mordekaiser, with the Kayn, and with the Garen. Mordekaiser top. Definitely something that J-Mars has played. Something that he should be comfortable. Cheese and eggs now on the signature Kayn. Will be trying to see if that's going to be enough to pull out a Game 2 victory here for IIT. Garen mid was able to shine through at some points to be able to get those silences on the Kaisa that were much needed. But it's going to be back in the second set of bans. The brand support taken out once again for Wicked Scotty. So not even going to allow the AP burst damage, as we saw Wicked Scotty have the most damage. So he is confident, he is competent at playing that, but looking like he will finally opt for the Braum support as the more meta standard. Looking like perhaps IIT had misjudged UAH early and are instead opting to now go in guns blazing to have their last stand. We'll have the Darius ban, and we'll have the Blitz, and we'll have the Darius ban from UAH. We'll have the Blitz and Scion ban there for IIT. So looks like they left the Thresh open this time, but instead it will be Twab picking up that Leona. It will be Aphelios for WTF.jpg, and it will be Pirate Windows on the signature Caitlyn. Signature Caitlyn, signature Kayn here for IIT. Going to have to be in a must-win situation, I believe. I don't know. I don't recall if there is a loser's bracket for CSL. If there is, they'll have a breath of life. But if not, play every game like it's your last. So IIT is going to be doing just that here as we get started with Game 2 in just a bit. We're going to go on a quick break as for the spectator delay to expire, and when we come back, it will be Game 2. Stay tuned. Alrighty, welcome back. 3 minute spectate delay has expired. We are now getting ourselves into game 2, and if we want to get that silver scrapes on, IIT now going to have to need to pull out the victory here. Hold on. Icon's on the wrong side. Up, 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 up. Alright, we're good. It will be UAH here on the blue side, top hat lord on the Malphite, top hat lord on the Malphite top. I don't know if that IGN's intentional. Tomo tackle on the Sejuani jungle, Ducky on the Galio mid once again, WTF.jpg on the Aphelios, ADC and Twab on Leona support. IIT though going for the 5-man approach here. It's going to be JMars9 on the Mordekaiser, Cheese and Eggs on the Kane jungle. This Pierogi coming in here with the first blood, perhaps going to be able to get the stacks on. The silence there, first blood, and IIT coming in guns blazing. Didn't even finish my lineup. This Pierogi on the Garen mid, Pirate Windows on the ADC Caitlyn, and Wicked Scotty. Braum support, and that Braum support getting that stack, getting that knock up, getting that ignite. We'll have the first blood going to Cheese and Eggs. Well played here from the Hawks to be able to get a quick picking, as UAH did not 5-man approach themselves correctly. This Pierogi here going to trade a couple blows here on Ducky, going to be able to land his Q and an auto. But IIT will go for no more, will come back into their blue buff. Scared to the point that they had to put a put a trinket, warding totem, that's the name, out in place. That's going to be the Earth Shatter or whatever for the Braum instead of the Guardian. That's a interesting rune to select. Not too sure if what leads to that, but IIT instead going to do a much better job on their control here of their wards. Level 2 here should be hit between both of these guys pretty soon. Grass with Undying there for the Malphite. Meanwhile, the I forget, the Conqueror or whatever that's used for the Mordekaiser. Level 2 here hit by the ADCs faster than the supports. That's unusual. But Leona without the QE combo will have that at her disposal, and they are playing. She's playing the bush smartly to be able to kind of deceive Pirate Windows. The thing, she's not there. Cannon Minion will be available. She will have her combo up. Wicked Scotty without the Ignite either will have him also at a slight disadvantage. Won't have a charge to be able to get the Cannon Minion down. Meanwhile, Leona will. Nice Q there from Scotty, but won't have any follow-up as UAH will be able to start pushing the wave back in their favor. Cheese and Eggs coming here around. Going to be top hat lord flashing out. Going to beat a slow from the Kane. The damage will not be there though just yet. Or is it? No. Sejuani's going to be coming around onto that Scuttle. But Cheese and Eggs should be there to match. And Cheese and Eggs is level 4 against Sejuani's level 3. If he's there fast enough, could be able to kill her off. But Cheese and Eggs is still hovering here and will be paying for that, as he knows now that the Sejuani just finished off her Scuttle. Garen taking about half health, but will have his Perseverance to help regen some of that health. That's much needed. Sejuani, though, if she opts to go for another Scuttle, is going to have the Kane set behind once again. Does he want to match it up? It's going to be wasting a little bit of time here, but this Pierogi wants to go for a little bit of damage on his own. The follow-up, not quite there. Galio going to have to walk away with just about 200 health, and will be a second Scuttle there for Sejuani as she makes her way in the bot side. And that will have her catch right back up in terms of the XP compared to that Kane. And this Pierogi, hey, there we go. So that's going to be a second kill there for IIT. Coming out, making Ducky pay, I believe. Must have used a Flash Q Ignite or something, plus the twirl, if I had to guess. Oh my god. Flash and Ignite. Crucial sums being used there for the Galio. And that Galio will have a TP though, and will likely use to get back into the lane. And that is going to be used. Kane going to be finishing up these wolves here will be about halfway there at level 4. Sejuani will just be just a bit ahead, I believe, in terms of the full XP. It's pretty close, very hard to tell, actually. But bot lane 2v2, even for the most part. Look at Scotty putting a cautionary ward out, but Sejuani will go for her first back, will go for the Stalker's Blade plus some boots. It's always tough for tank junglers. I feel like Cinder is always not a bad idea especially if you're like not a powerful jungle clearer. So you need that to keep yourself like, pace yourself and whatnot. Well, the beat Aphelios putting a couple blows there towards Braum, but he's gonna have both of his health potions. He should be just fine. Meanwhile, Twab gonna be using one of her biscuits or a potion. I can't tell, but won't have any red pots to her kit regardless. J Mars9 coming down here for Rome, leaving Malphite to tend to this on his own. Will be him coming around towards Ducky. Doesn't look like UAH has to reach just yet. Will be the Root coming in. Will be Cheese and Eggs here as well, in fact. That's going to be Raptors that they want to go for. It will be the Q. Could be secured. And that is going to be Ducky able to get that for himself. That is going to be Wicked Scotty balls deep against this, but he will have to ignite just to barely bring him through. Both the summoners used for the Pirate Windows, so we missed that big play. Cheese and Eggs wants to come across here. He wants to go on this 1v1. It's not actually going to land. He won't have the heal to get him away from Caitlyn either. The damage from JPEG there going to be barely coming in through. Taken very low. Cheese and Eggs having to flash out just to be able to get away from that damage. Their bot lane is still in a very good position. Now Cheese and Eggs going to be trying to see what he can do through Honey Fruit, but the Garen is missing. The Garen should be paying that Galio is not there. But looks like he should be okay to finish off the Scuttle on his own. IIT, though, will not be able to even approach that wave. Yuno's going to be going for a back. She's going to be leaving Aphelios on her lonesome, but does IIT want to collapse? They're going to have the speed boost on him. He's going to have to waltz to get through. He's going to be selfishly backing into this bush. This could be a big misplay if he does not get there in time. IIT doesn't have the information either. He's going to be able to make the back. Big roam there will not pay off, and will have to Sejuani instead, paying her own respects to Kane's Raptors as he had gone for his invade. Luckily, though, or unluckily, Tomotako will be able to get the big Raptor. Galio got his, as he knew that the Kane had crossed over earlier. Tomotako continuing her invade. Will be able to look like she wants to get herself started on these Krugs too. It will be the red buff just spawning here for IIT. And she should be able to hit level 6 after this, I believe. Same here with Cheese and Eggs. So both junglers keeping to pace in terms of the level XP. But like we said, they need to be able to, Cheese and Eggs needs to be able to sacrifice saving his lane. Unless they know that they can get the kill guarantee if he does not want to get outpaced by a Sejuani. J-Mars going in on going all the way in on the Malphite will not be able to finish him off just barely. Tomotako coming all the way around here. Will have her ultimate to her disposal. Won't have to ult any longer. Can he go for the kill? Tomotako going to be having her ult available. Will be finished off here. Cheese and Eggs wants to go for the fight here though, but the damage is going to be there. Will make short work of it, and the follow-up will not be there. They want to get the passive on there. JPEG going to be taken very low. Look at Scotty trying to see if he can get all of the procs on there. Will be stunned up. Will be Twab still finishing it up. Will be the damage there to get the kill. And in a 2v3, UAH's bot lane is still too strong to handle. So it looks like finally IIT has met their match in the 2v2. I can now confidently say IIT cannot win this game 2v2 in the bot lane anymore. This Brogy here roaming just down just to stop the bleeding if he can. But Cheese and Eggs is going to see that his red has been taken. It's going to see that the Krugs are all that he has left. Wave here pushing. And just to make a note, we saw Darius equip the Ghost. J-Mars equipped Darius Ghost. Now finally opting to go for the TP. Now opting to look like he wants to go for the team plays where he can. But that's going to be a level 8 Malphite versus the JMars 9 with an ultimate available. And unfortunately will have these full brunt of these minions. Continuing to take some damage where he can, but Cheese and Egg is coming around here for a gank. He still wants to help things out, but the coordination is not just there yet. If he continues to waste the time here, he's going to be ulted right under the tower. We'll be able to get out before the damage comes through. Wicked Scotty cannot even complete these controllers on his own, and that's a Garen coming down once again. He still wants to help this 2v2. But in my opinion, I don't think you can anymore. Caitlyn already now... Yeah, 700 gold. That's a component right there. That's like 2 longswords. That's going to be 20 AD, you know? And they're going to make it pay. Sejuani is going to be looking like she wants to go for her first in Journal. Cheese and Egg still here in the top lane. I do not agree with this play. Trying to... Looks like they just want to do whatever they can to secure JMars a kill here, but it should be a bit of turret plating finally falling over, so they have something to thank there. But IIT will not be able to secure themselves this dragon. It will be the Infernal Dragon there, secured by the Sejuani, and will have Tomotako making his way towards the Gromp, and IIT is caught. Could be in a treacherous position here. This Brogy taking a decent chunk. The follow-up here, not yet. Twab taken very low, but the follow-up could he be here? Could IIT redeem themselves here? Going to be one more. Needs the ultimate to finish it off. But will be Sejuani there to pick things up. They need Kate to land a proc. Needs her to get out. IIT wants to clap. She's going to flash her way out. Will be able to be finished off. Wicked Scotty really taken very low, but Cheese and Eggs will finally be able to pay in kind, and that's going to be a 3-for-1. For IIT. IIT showing signs of life once again. I believe UAH got too greedy, thinking that they could stomp on these guys. I thought so too. But Pirate is quick to remind me that don't count me out, Epoxy. I'm still in this. Set's going to use that Death Timer from the Sejuani to take care of these Raptors. Galio going to be pushing up this way, but will be going for his own recall now finally. And will not be able to secure the big Raptor for himself, unfortunately. JMars though still wanting to go for a fight here. The Mert Treads here going to be available for the Malphite, but the 1v1, JMars is confident, landing the damage to chunk Top Hat to about half health already. Full brunt of the damage coming in through. I believe they saw Cheese and Eggs move through mid lane, as hence all of those pings, but that's going to be some much needed kills under Caitlyn's belt. She's actually going to have the Storm Razors. Will have her first item. Will only now be 200 gold behind UAH's ADC. And this is a 3-man coordinated dive. They want to go for the fight. The knockup is going to be there. The Ignite's going to be used. This Ferogi will be able to get the kill. Ducky XD going to be ulting off into nothing. Sejuani now just entering into her blue jungle, but IIT looks like they want to go away. And will barely be able to actually see that Sejuani, but I don't think any more will be taken. Actually, Tomotako going to be here to perhaps see IIT make an effort onto this Rift Herald. It will be her there with her ultimate, but Gallia will not have his. JMar is going to be ulted right under Ducky XD, but the MR shield from Ducky is enough to keep him at bay, but JMars does not care. JMars wants to fight. This Baroki tried to go for the flash ultimate, will not be able to follow through. They're going to need to be able to try to see what they can do. Cheese and Eggs there to collapse, so will finally be able to use the ult, will be able to have this Baroki ulting. One more ultimate could do it, but he's frozen up. One more auto, he's not going to actually be able to get it through. Ooh, this is a big misplay there from Cheese and Eggs. Not able to follow through with that E. Not able to get himself through. But will be able to take her down, fortunately. JMar's there just to be able to scoop up that kill. This is actually Twab being a level behind from the bot lane. So IIT looking like they're coming back into the game. They do have a bit of a gold lead now to their belt. Can they continue this assault, though? Vision score, though, is still lacking from this Braum. UAH still keeping relatively good control of this river, keeping a good eye on this Kane, but Cheese and Eggs is going to be just a bit behind from the Sejuani, but a couple of those needed kills there in the top lane will have him put right back into the game, I believe, as long as we don't see any big or misplays. As long as IIT is able to set themselves up for this dragon, could be just enough. Leona, with the Moby boots, is going to be zooming around the lane. Will have her ultimate available, will have the ignite available, in fact. Will be Wicked Scotty being caught a bit, but I don't think they want to follow anything up here. They look like they want to contest for this vision. It's going to be Wicked Scotty starting things off, but he's going to have no mana there. The proc not landing on any members before Wicked Scotty is eliminated. The ult from Leona going to keep her in place, and we talked about misplays. And that's going to be one there right for you. Cannot contest the river when your jungler is not there. Dragon now going to be spawning in 30, and it's going to be only 15-second death timers for Caitlyn. She'll be walking right up to past her blue buff by the time the dragon spawns, so could be another fight if they want to opt for it. J Mars will have his TP available, but Top Hat Lord will not. Can IIT bring us back into this? 8 and 8, 24 and 24k gold. This is a close fight between these two schools for sure today. Will finally be able to be spawned, but IIT looks like they're going to commit themselves for it as that dragon is shredded right through as he makes short work of it. Wicked Scotty, once again, putting himself pretty fearlessly into danger, but J Mars 9 is going to commit on this. It's going to be Twab taken right into the inside. Malphite, it's not going to be. There's going to be a 5v4 fight. Who's going to come out on top? Wicked Scotty going to be taken very low. It's going to be Sejuani falling first. It's going to be Aphelios finally taken down. And it's going to be the AP damage blistering right through Ducky. The ultimate from Caitlyn will be enough damage to follow through. 5 members strong here for IIT will be able to finally get 4 kills in their name. Malphite without the TP advantage has the Hawks make them pay for that. 2 dragons to boot. Well played for the Hawks as they want to continue the assault now towards this tier 2. 4 members of UAH still dead, and a decent amount of minions means that they can make pretty good work on these turrets. Mordekaiser will now go for the respawn to finally come back here in the top lane, but will still have the top turret still holding. First turret there for IIT, second turret there for IIT. Puts the gold lead now at 3.5k. And IIT with the advantage that knowing that the Malphite perhaps did not have the TP, was able to take that fight pretty confidently. And actually, in all of that process, Braum didn't have ultimate. Why? Because he used that earlier before he died and gave up Dragon. But in this case, you know, he will have it up if they go for a fight fairly soon. Meanwhile, for Aphelios, it's going to be a while. It's going to be about 30 seconds for his, but looks like everyone should have their big ultimates back by the next team fight. Aphelios still held on to his flash in that fight, so will still be a crucial summoners that IIT needs to keep a check for. But a couple kills there for Caitlyn has her now a little bit ahead in terms of gold, but is still lacking in the CS department. I think that's just purely the 2v2 coming through in terms of UAH's prowess. Bramblevest going to be started here from Galio, looking like they are going to go for the full armor. Malphite also with the Bramble Warmog, Thornmail. Double Thornmail against the Caitlyn means she's going to need that armor pen for sure. It will be Leona actually completing her entire support questline to get that buckler. Meanwhile, Wicked Scotty not opting for lenses yet. Not sure. Probably just a small misplay. But will be Cheese and Eggs coming around here. Will be the Sejuani coming around here. And will have Cheese and Eggs start going for the fight. They're going to be landing the root here. Cheese and Eggs going to be taunted there. The damage not quite there, but the freeze damage from Tomotako is going to have her taken very low. He's going to have to flash herself right out, in fact. Is there going to be any more follow-up? He's going to be able to flash himself out. He's going to be able to get the knock-up. Ducky with a nice... Not able to get out that Brahmo, and there you go. Brahmo able to make things work out, able to make this tier 1 fall. J-Mars keeping his eyes on that Malphite, keeping their eyes towards his tier 2. Do they want to continue to go for more? Could be a big misplay if they dive too far. IIT does not necessarily have all of the minions yet. They're not going to go opt for the dive. Malphite is available with his ult. And the Kayn is going to make that Sejuani pay once again by trying to take some camps of his own if he can. Or not. Looks like he finds the wave to be more important. But can J-Mars find the Malphite? will be 4 members of IIT up here. Will be Disparogi taking care of that control ward. Will be taking care of that turret. And IIT able to now have 4 turrets, all tier 1s now taken out. And if they let this game keep going at this rate, could be what IIT needs to get a quick shutout of this game before the big tanky boys finish up those armor items and make Caitlyn a minion dummy. Caitlyn going to come back, starting off her IE build. Essence Reaver there completed for the Aphelios. They're doing, I think Caitlyn now able to, yeah, still even into gold. Caitlyn with a slight edge. And it will be the 3rd dragon spawning. It will be cheese and eggs there to finish it off. Please. Okay. Will be getting a knockup. Will be getting Braum tagged as well. Is the follow-up going to be there? The shield going to hold a decent amount of damage, but cheese and eggs doesn't look like he wants to die for that much more. Dude, can they... Nice knockup on the Feelers to follow up there from the Braum. He's going to have to flash himself out, but will be instantly taken out by the Garen. Galio going to have to try to dive what he can. Going to be using the flash shield to be able to try to get what he can away. Top Hat going to be already using his ult, but the damage is going to be there. Further follow-up. Sejuani will fall here. Going to hold Ducky in place, but should be pretty much the half ace coming in through. Only a matter of time. The armor just doing its work here, but Malphite will fall here. Disparogi is going to follow things up here. Should be able to get the half ace. Ult from Kate won't be able to do enough, and that's going to be 4 kills and a dragon. And IIT 7k gold now ahead, in fact. A lot. Team fighting working itself out. Cheese and eggs on that Kayn. Is not playing games today in this game 2. No siree. Neither is that Caitlyn. Caitlyn having to use the heal. I'm fine with that. Using the flash. I think she used it to dodge the Malf ult. But don't quote me on that. If she did, that's clean, because it's, you know, it's sometimes pretty easy to get spooked by Malphite. But good discipline either way. Will be also a valuable summoners there, lost for Alabama, as Aphelios did ult out of that, but was instantly caught by Disparogi, plunging his ultimate straight through his Chemical Romance emo phase heart. IIT finally able to get a dragon for themselves. Will be able to keep themselves up on that mana pool. And it will be the Rift Herald there. Excuse me, did I say Rift Herald? No, I did. Yeah, it is going to be used mid lane. Unfortunately, you're not Bard, so you're not going to be able to stop that. But it will be falling through. It will be J-Mars taken to about half health. The damage from the Kayn Scythe is not going to be enough to kill the turret in one shot. But will finally have a turret of their own to claim. IIT now looking like they're wanting to still opt for 5-man fights. Cheese and Eggs going to be meeting the Galio head on right here. And is in fact a level ahead. Can they go for the fight? Galio is going to not have his flash available. Can they get the proc off before he freezes up? No, will be able to get over. Cheese and Eggs still wanting to follow through here. Disparogi here holding 5 members of UAH at bay. Caitlyn fairly behind, but IIT still wanting to look for fights. Cheese and Eggs diving pretty recklessly. We've seen, you know, mistakes like that cost big here for them, but UAH going to do whatever they can to clear out division, and IIT will take that as a sign to go away from the fight. Continue to look for a 1-3-1 approach from the looks of it. Wave here pushing up in the top lane. Will have Malphite to address it. Will have Sejuani on the top side. But Kayn and J-Mars are going to be there in the bot and will be matched by UAH's bot lane. Disparogi still going for a trade. Tomotako finishing up the Wolves. And I think IIT able to take fights confidently when they know that they are not in a full 5v5 situation. So if they can keep that up, that's going to be pushing the fight in their favor. But that's going to be Cheese and Eggs fighting right in front of a Sejuani. She'll leap right over fearlessly. Caitlyn going to be taking the red buff for herself. Neither side really sure if they want to go for any more tier 2 already finished up for bot. Pretty much, you know, it's very hard to get yourself all the way up to that point without a team collapsing on you. Pretty much right now, IIT needs to keep their vision in check. It's going to be, unfortunately, Disprogi walking over said vision. God damn it. But will be instead waiting inside the bush. They are going to see that Garen through the lens. They are going to see Wicked Scotty place the ward right down there. But I doubt you can see a Baron started so early from these guys. So IIT trying to close their way in here, trying to see if they can get cheese and eggs. He's going to warp right over the wall. They're going to see a couple of called out members pushing these guys out here, but still making plays for Baron. They want to go for this fight, but this is going to be tough. Top Hat Lord with an ultimate followed up by Galio would be enough CC to chunk these guys to a pretty tough spot. This Baroki is going to have his flash available. They know that Garen's not there, and they're going to close off a couple members to get this fight started. Wicked Scotty coming from around. The 3-man ultimate followed by Aphelios is going to knock out 2 members of the fight right from the get-go. Pyro Window is going to be in a 1v1 fight between him and Twab, and will be knocked up by the Galio, and will be the reverse ace. Quadra kill there for Aphelios, and the Baron started. IIT cannot take that fight, followed up with that massive wombo combo from UAH. And they'll be able to finally breathe a sigh of relief as they're going to be able to get themselves a Baron and 5 kills to bring the gold lead only now to 3k. Ocean Dragon will be spawning just as the Hawks get back, so it should likely be falling over to UAH's favor. But it's a big misplay there. Not enough, not trusting themselves to split push enough, trying to force an objective and not being able to have an escape route. Kane and Jamar stuck inside the pit, you know, not able to collapse enough. The play has to be Mordekaiser ulting the Malphite before he can get that knockup, or isolating the Aphelios. That ultimate's too valuable in this comp 100%, because you don't have any true tanks here besides the Garen. Mord is full AP damage. Kane now trying to finally do something with a Spirit Vision, which is likely not going to be enough at this point of the game, I don't think. And where are they getting the AP damage from? Why? Why not just build like Deadmans? Maybe just... Oh, no, it's a Galio. My bad. But we talked about that gold lead, and it's finally going to be Aphelios with some of that gold in his pocket. And again, the 2v ADC here for UAH is definitely stronger than the Caitlyn. Much more confident in taking fights from what I see. But it will be a couple members here split up, isolated here in a 1-2-2 incident. Will be Ducky walking right into here, into the proc. Will not have the availability, will be stunned straight up, will have him fall right through, and IIT looks like they want to go for the collapse. They are going to have Jmars quartering in Ducky, will be having him use his stasis. Will the damage be just enough, though? The Leandris is going to be enough to be able to get him through. Nice Sonia's to be able to get out that Sejuani ult, but that's just the precinct, unfortunately. Flash there from Aphelios, plus the knockup. It will be able to come through. Can they follow up with any more? He's going to be cheese and going all the way in. It's going to be having him with his ultimate. Should be able to finish it off. Will barely just have the damage. Will be able to get to 600 shutdown gold. Caitlyn not going to be having things to finally follow up with it. Will not have the ultimate available anymore. Follow up there for the Sejuani kill. Prom with his passive already being used on the Malphite. And this fight is back to back fighting. Tables are turning. Heads are rolling. The 1-2-2 approach, not something that UAH can do. It cannot afford that, but it's going to be Aphelios with 20 seconds left until he's respawning. It's going to be a while. Malphite without his ult either should be the inhib turret secured here for the Hawks. Got to be able to focus on that. Malphite with the Baron minions there to help things along. Will have a TP minion, but they want to commit for this. They want to commit for the fight here onto Galio if they can. They are going to be able to kill him off. This Brogy is going to be tanky enough to have to regen up to health. Bramblefest here going to be available to take some of that AD damage from it, but will be the inhib turret secured here for the Hawks. And well played there for IIT, able to push the gold advantage to about 2k after the Baron, so that's good. And definitely, UAH, the Kane, a good pick here, you know, having at least one member able to access that backline to get the kill, and with Leona likely too preoccupied towards her front laners, you know, Caitlyn will never touch Aphelios unless you have your ultimate. You're not going to get through, you know, 3 tanks bearing down on your soul like that. And getting those kills will definitely help her bring her gold lead up if she can, but still will still be a little bit behind. Excuse me. Um, but I believe all of that gold is in Jmar's pocket. 2k there. Oh, 3k. Oh my. So yeah, the 5k's through the top jungle, which is good. Ocean Dragon going to be spawning in a minute and a half. IIT. Aphelios on minion duty here in the mid lane. Malphite going to be trying to push up now, this wave approaching. And he will not have a TP either. So if he opts to go for a stronger split push... okay, you get, guys, it's not going to work twice. We'll be putting up some good control wars. But IT, you need a... unless you're, you know, desperately, like, gold starved, which you're not, by the way, you're 3k ahead, you need to get some in your kit. But IIT is going for a split push. You're going to try to force Jmars to address it, but he won't have his TP available for it. So instead, they're going to try. Looks like they're going to try to force the 4v4 fight. In fact, look at Scotty going to be putting a ward down. Will have cheese and eggs on the hunt though, with that Kayn coming in from behind with the Deadmans. Tank Kayn is definitely the right option, but this is going to give time for the Malphite to be ready for this dragon, as it will now spawn in 30 seconds. But that should be enough time for Jmars to come back as well to meet this. Oh no, you missed it. That's unfortunate. Doesn't look like either side's going to opt for any picks. No control wards on either team, actually. So the vision is tough. Both Braum and Leona holding to 1 apiece. UAH going to have to try to see what they can catch out. That's going to be Kayn walking over a Tribush ward looking for the flank, but they have to read on that. Can they collapse on it? Tobotako looking like he wants to hold on to that ult if he can. Neither side willing to start up that dragon just yet. But it will be Malphite. It will be things started off with the knockup. Will be Top Hat Lord falling onto a trap. And it will be Jmars now in this fight. Neither side willing to pull the trigger. But it will be... What the fuck? Wicked Scotty starting things off on a crazy pacing, but they 4-man dive these guys, and Aphelios will finally fall. It will be the Galio ult slamming on, but the damage is not there. Falling inside of Mordekaiser is going to just burn right through you. Kiting there from Pyre Windows to hold him at bay. Will be the Sejuani ult Miracle. Will be able to finish off Excalibur bullet to the temple. And IIT with super minions cracking into the base want to close off this game. Going to be 20 seconds until that Aphelios is alive, and that was the most sad dive if you were on UAH's side. IIT, though, is finally going to let it come through. They are finally going to break in their base, and IIT will take game 2. Bring out your Silver Scrapes, lads, because this is going to be game 2, going to IIT 27-14, 57k to 49.3. Well played there for sure. Damage much better for sure. Caitlyn able to come into the game with her own cheese and eggs also as well. Jmars as well for sure. The tank lineup not strong enough. Galio not able to get big enough to be able to help his team out there. Well played on both sides, honestly. But IIT able to take just one too many of those team fights up ahead. So... I did. Okay, so... Oop, not that one. Alright, 1-1 between both of these teams. Why does this one on IIT's side look smaller? Huh. I don't know. But it looks off place. And a little bit of arrow key movement, and close enough, right? No, maybe a little bigger. That? close enough. Oh shit, it's actually extending past box. Fuck. Alright, give me a sec. Apologize for the scuffness. Alright, I think we're good here. Haha, alright, there we go. Woo! UAH taking us in IIT, excuse me, with the Caitlyn and with the Kane jungle able to take us to game 3. And it is looking litty, my friends. If you are watching us this live, this is going to be definitely a big game between both sides. Neither side willing to give it up. Alright, let's check Twitch chat. Anything saying this time? Is people still sleeping? I see big from Risk Taker. Not sure if you're referring to Big Brain Plays or Big Champions. We are going to have a follow though. Big James 1 hour ago with the follow. Appreciate that, my friend. If you're from UAH, best of luck to your team in this game 3. If you're not from UAH, you know, appreciate you following anyway. Alright. Actually, while we're at this, I'm going to change up the text scores a bit. Change up some of my stream panels while I wait for things to get going. Alright. Oh. Oh. We'll go on mute for a bit while we wait for both teams to finish up their pro draft, and then when we get back, should be game 3. Pick band's on its way. Alrighty, welcome back. If you're with us, we've got the final game on its way. IIT against all odds, able to bring us to a game 3 with some big coordination there. Talk's able to pull it together and will be retaking the blue side. Both sides look like they have gone for the same rosters though, so no roster switches today. And the respect given to both members, and it will be all 3 champs here, all 3 bands here from IIT, all 3 things that UAH has played. The Aphelios ADC taken away from .jpeg, the Kaisa taken away from .jpeg, the Nautilus support taken away from Twab. Meanwhile, UAH going to keep themselves with that Vigor ban, and I'm going to give that as an option to Wicked Scotty. I believe it's got to be Wicked Scotty that plays that, right? I don't think this Rogue does it. But the Garen mid will finally be taken away. And the Olaf jungle there for Cheese and Eggs. So looking like Olaf, you know, prowess in terms of the 1v1 always is going to have unexpected damage that you're not going to see coming. But unfortunately, IIT not banning the Ornn in the first phase will finally have it picked up by UAH there. So from top, Hadlord is going to have that Ornn Tomo Tahoe on that Shyvana jungle, and Fizz for Ducky XD Trickster. Meanwhile, Trundle there for J-Mars9 is going to be chopping up on those towers, as he's going to be chopping up on that Elo. Chicane, Cheese and Egg on Cheese and Eggs once again, signature champion. But it's going to be the Galio now flipped around here on the script, and it's going to be taken here by this Pierogi. And I'm not sure if that play was intentional to have it for him or to have it for Ducky, but either way, you know, I think in this entire series, we never saw Galio be able to solo kill. We never saw Ducky's Galio able to solo kill this Rogi at all, so gonna have to keep our eyes to the sky for that one. But meanwhile, it's going to be Caitlyn on her signature pirate. Wait, it's going to be Pirate Windows on his signature Caitlyn. My mistake. And will be Wicked Scotty picking up the Leona support as opposed to how we saw Twab on his. So IIT, Wicked Scotty still able to bring out the tank supports, still able to bring out the strong CC, but Twab will have his Taric in mind, and that Dazzle, you get a full blast with that, plus some Lucian doubles, plus the Taric doubles is going to have you pretty much instantly taken out of that, losing on that trade. But to keep our eyes on that Shyvana though, for sure is going to be either the full AP blast that no one expects to face, or going to be a fire-breathing mess of a tank to light up IIT's backline. Trundle and Galio therefore IIT will be able to take the charge, but Caitlyn's going to have to backline access. Fizz though, landing any big pieces of bait on her, will have that shark swallowing her up whole, and not much IIT will be able to do to protect her if one of those gets through. Ornn with his ultimate as well will be something that can set the fight up, but the Trundle Pillar can stop the Ornn from getting that knockout if J-Mars9 is able to layer that CC upon. It's going to be a tight fight between both games. I'm excited, but we've got a Silver Scripts to get playing. I need your PogChamps chat. Send out the give energies and take energies, because we are going into game 3 between these two teams. Alright, where's my music? Alrighty, welcome back. Hope you guys, if you're watching live, you appreciate that Silver Scrapes, because every time I play it, I get copyright striked by the YouTube gods, because they don't like me playing that. Don't know why though, because I like playing it, because we are now into Game 3. Both teams neck and neck, a must-win situation for either to continue moving on in the winner's bracket. I do not recall if there's a loser's bracket, so I'm just going in thinking that IIT has to win in order to keep going. It's going to be Trundle for JMars9 in the top lane, Kane for Cheese and Eggs in the jungle, Disparogi here on the Galio mid, Pirate Windows on the Caitlyn ADC, Wicked Scotty Leona support. And going for an invade once again on these guys' point formation right up into the front. We'll have these guys coming into the bush. We'll have Dilution not there just yet. Though they want to continue going for this invade. They are going to go for it. They are going to likely see that Lucian coming up. He's going to be walking right away out of it. Meanwhile, UAH looking like they want to go for a deeper invade this time. Tomo Taco putting balls deep into that blue camp instead of her usual river. So, good on her. So a little different pacing than what we've seen normally between these two teams. But Caitlyn and Kane, the ever-faithful champions for Pirate Windows and Cheese and Eggs, it took them to a Game 2 victory. Can it take these guys to the Game 3 victory? What WTF.jf I was gonna say it, but I shouldn't say it because this is it's supposed to be kid-friendly content. Anyway, has played on 3 different ADCs, I believe, in the extent of this game. We've seen him on the Lucian, we've seen him on the Aphelios. What did he play game 1? I'm trying to remember. Oh, the Kai'Sa, that's right. So Kai'Sa, Aphelios, Lucian. What can't this Lucian ADC, what can't this UAH ADC do? He does it all. And he is making these minions work for him. Pushing these all out. So should be level 2 there secured by Wicked Scotty, not even going to... Dude, just auto a minion. Don't be that scared. We're trying to play the vision game right now, but I misspoke. Instead of the Fizz Fizz mid, we're actually going to see him in the top lane against Trundle of all things. So it's going to be Galio versus Ornn, and that matchup is not looking good for Disparogi. I said Galio's going to be rare to have him get the first blood, but he could definitely be first blooded against Top Hat. Gonna have to keep our eyes on that for sure. He's gonna have to pop one of his potions as well, just to be able to get away from that. Level 2 now hit. Level 3 now hit finally for Ducky. Level 2 hit here for both sides. Doesn't look like either side wanting to trade just yet. W going to be used to link up Tarek and Lucian together, but that's going to be Cheese and Eggs coming here, level 3 around. And we talk about 3-minute level ganks, but it looks like we're not seeing it in this case. JMars9 going for the chase, going for the pillar, getting the chomp, and forcing Ducky to go for the flash. Cheese and Eggs now coming around here, looking like he wants to make his way towards these Krugs. Will be able to have access to it. Meanwhile, Tomo Taco going to be finishing up her first scuttle of the day and going for a quick back, or not. Looking like they're going to trade for the Krugs. So, just my personal note, normally when I know my jungler is going for an invade of that caliber, is going to have Disparogi dodge just out of Tomo Taco's abilities. And will have a valuable summoners lost here. Cheese and Eggs coming here for the dive. Won't be able to get anything more from that Fizz. And won't be anything down for his camps to get, but will have a scuttle there for him waiting in the top river. Meanwhile, Tomo going for these Raptors. IIT now also starting to push their way into the bot lane, and it looks like Wicked Scotty losing a valuable summoners earlier that we might not have seen. Perhaps a Dazzle that hit too close to home. But if you're going to use a flash on your full health, I'm not sure. Unless they went for like a turret dive and they got really spooked, but... maybe both sides just playing a little bit nervous, a little bit more nervous than usual. Kane going to be warping right through these walls, is going to be able to get these Raptors and get these Krugs, which will actually have him put in a nice spot above the Shyvana, I believe. Cheese and Eggs now coming around here. Going to be seen by top high lord. You can't flash this Galio like that anymore, unfortunately. A little bit of minion tax there from Cheese and Eggs, but none the worse for wear. Tomotako now being seen by the ward from IIT. That's going to be the Scuttle expiring. But we'll have the Krugs available there for Cheese and Eggs. Wicked Scotty going to be hitting the plant, going to be seeing Tomo on those wolves. And IIT in the driver's seat in terms of where they are in terms of the lanes right now. Looking like Pirate much more comfortable on his Caitlyn pick, and not sure if UAH didn't want to give that as a ban-worthy opponent, looking like they are likely confident in .jpeg able to win in any situation, but IIT, in fact, using 2 bans to commit themselves here. Oh, we got a couple more viewers here. What is this? Mr. Plu, hashtag IIT win, and the PogChamps, that's appreciated. Stray Kid with the Let's Go Plu. Plu is the bench warmer for today's game. He's our biggest fan. That's why we need him to support the games. All right. So if this game comes today, that's going to be due to you, Plu. All right. You heard it here first. It's going to be Cheese and Eggs falling running right into the Shyvana, but will be met up by the Leona. And Cheese and Eggs going here for a gank here, perhaps on top and making him commit for this. Damage is going to be there. Level 6 going to be used. In fact, can they have to knock him before it becomes too much damage? They ignite barely. One more auto will be able to do it, but this Brogy barely walks it out. 40 HP. Will still hold on, but Tomotako not level 6 yet to have herself in that Dragon ult form just yet. Meanwhile, Cheese and Eggs is going to take the Raptors for himself. It's going to be Tomotako here to catch up onto this wave before it really touches anything on the turret, but not really anything to be concerned as of yet. All turrets here staying pretty well and alive. J-Mars as well. I should move this Fizz up. Holding out onto his own. Holding out on his own against this Fizz lineup. I hope that doesn't bait him into building MR purely against a Fizz, but we'll see. Hold on. Okay, my fault. How'd that happen? Oh my god, please. Oh my god. Oh my god. Traps won't land, but the damage from Leona in terms of 1v1 is never something to be messed up. What nice Q to follow up. Nice follow up there from Twab. The trap's not there. He's trying. Okay, he gets the trap. No, but the Dazzle will land, and she's going to be taking some of that minion aggro, but should be enough to get the kill. One more follow up will be there. Pirate Windows with a good flash and a 2v2. Hawks are looking good right now. That's your MasterCard play of the day right there for sure. One more wave will be there for Pirate Windows to take, but in the meantime, it's actually going to be a kill from the top lane being given to UAH. Shyvana having enough of sitting in the sidelines, wants to get in on this action with the level 6. It's going to be a level 6 Fizz as well. Going to be blasted right from the get-go, and 100 to 0 flash going to be used. Will not be enough. Still takes all of that damage. But Cheese and Eggs, does he want to go for more? He is setting his sights onto Tomotako. It's going to be a trade starter. This Brogy going to be getting knocked up right into it, into a hungry Galio, and will be paid right back in kind with the Rift Herald just spawning too. Can they look for more? Ducky is going to have to look like he wants to walk back. J-Mars will be there to capture up the wave. Doesn't look like there should be any more action, but perhaps pings for a play here. They are chasing that Ducky. They want to go for something more. Perhaps can they? I don't think so. Cheese and Eggs is going to have the lockup. It's going to take 2 turret shots. I would have just stayed in my blue and focused on farming up the XP. But either way, early days yet. UAH, to their credit, their 5-man play is something that IIT definitely had a lot of trouble in Game 1. And had some shining moments in Game 2 as well, just to speak frankly. But it's going to be Shyvana going to make a solo attempt on this drag. She will be able to do that just fine. But this will be a Cloud Drake. It will be Galio roaming down here. And he should be able to see Shyvana making her last finishing touches on here. But taking to half health. It's going to have her taken very low. The knock up there. Nice play from Disparogi. And that's a pre-leashed dragon right there, but they're not going to have a smite for it. They're going to need the damage to fall through. It will be secured by the Ornn of all things. And will have Wicked Scotty being trying to take down Pirate Windows if he can, but the Ignite's going to follow through. Should be enough to finish it off, but can they get JPEG before any more follow-up is going to be there? Dazzle will not land. Wicked Scotty's going to be alive just barely, but will likely fall in the process. Cheese Snakes is going to fall as well. The Ignite will not be enough to kill him. And a Ornn steal on a dragon with his ultimate. Oh, that's a tough pill to swallow. But at least they got the Shyvana, but they are going to have to yield 2 deaths in that process, I believe. In all of that time, though, Jmar's chunking Ducky to very low, and we've seen him make selfish plays before, and will take the brunt of it. One more auto will have been able to do it, but it forces the Fizz flash, and that's going to be a valuable summoner's loss in the Fizz. That could be what makes or breaks another 1v1. Jmar still showing it up here, still actually giving him a very tough time. Look at the CS difference between these guys. I didn't see it earlier. But it's going to be Cheese Snakes coming here for another knockup. They want to make that Ornn pay. He's not going to have his ultimate available either. The knockup there to slow there, going to be their ultimate as well. Going to be just enough to finish him off. Shyvana coming in for a dive of her own, but the damage is not going to be there. Just broken. You are nuts, my friend. It's not going to be enough. What the fuck? Okay, I have nothing to say to that. That's got to be one of the dumbest, uncalled for, selfish plays on a Shyvana. I don't know if they just got hyped because they thought that, oh, you know, let's just give the free kills to Shyvana as she is the one that now has the most kills on the team. And I spoke correctly. That's going to be the AP Shyvana. Hopefully IIT knows how to play against that damage, but it's going to be Jmar's here without the flash, going to be running right into Shyvana, going to be knocked up here because it won't have the damage from the looks of it, and Tomotaku will be there for the assist. Swirling, Maelstrom, Storm, whatever thing you want to call it, it's going to be there, but UAH bringing us back, making sure that IIT doesn't take this as a free win. Ornn here in the pit will have his ultimate available, will see the control ward. IIT knows that they don't want to go anywhere past that river, but the wave will be pushing up regardless, so IIT will be there to collapse on it. They know that Ornn's not there anymore. They are going to see him on that control ward. No lens yet for the Taric, but he is going to have the Buckler upgrade. Both teams, both sides will have it actually, in fact. But Wicked Scotty will. Hey, there you go. Your revision score's ahead of this guy. So, hey, props to you. I appreciate that as a support main. But they're going to make the Kane pay with a little bit of damage onto his red buff, which should be secured by the Shyvana. And meanwhile, Cheese Snake's going to make good on the Rift Herald here. Will have a level advantage above the Shyvana actually as well. So he's doing good in terms of the pacing, but with the Shyvana here on the bot side with her ultimate available, could be difficult if IIT just wants to brute force a 2v2, but she's going to be coming all the way. It's going to be Jmar's actually walking all the way top. It's going to be Rift Herald being placed down in this Fizz, and they want him badly. It's going to be Ornn using the TP. It's going to be Cheese and Eggs using the ultimate just to be able to get himself out of that situation. They needed Jmar's pillar to get himself out of it. He's going to actually miss. What? I think he missed. I swear to God, I think he missed. The slow's not going to be enough. He's going to actually flash himself out. The flash there from Cheese Snakes with top of a pillar is going to be doing enough to slow him. Galio now on the chase for Ducky. Shyvana coming back around here. There's going to be some big damage. She's going to have the Rooting Echoes around to potentially match on these guys. No wards though yet. Still chasing Ducky through the jungle. Still blasting plant himself over on the Wolf Pit. If the Galio actually miracle... Can you please hit a ward, my friend, just so you can see him? Ah! Well, he had the idea... He had the right idea, but Galio was able to get back in time, and that's going to actually be first turret. So, in exchange for red buff, Tomotaku will be able to have to concede the Rift Herald and the first tier turret. That's going to be, get ourselves back to that objective screens. That's going to be an Infernal Drag in 20 seconds. I'm getting a question, some more chatter. We got Cryptified. That Leona E didn't even land on Lucian. Oh, you're talking about the play here to TV2? Yeah, I also questioned it. But again, never question support hitboxes. Cryptify asked, "This is the gold team?" question mark. I'm assuming that's an actual question and not rhetorical. That is the gold team. This is our Division C team, made up of players that have to actually be ranked gold or less. Ooh. Cheese Snake's not going to be able to get that site, but an Infernal Drag is going to be important in the fight regardless. But who wants to get the start on it? It will be a Rift Scuttle secured here by UAH. They're going to see that 4 members of them are alive. Cheese and Eggs will not have his ultimate available, but Ducky will not have his either. Cheese and Eggs wants to go in the dive here. The ultimate's going to start itself off. It's going to freeze Terry straight from the beginning, but his ultimate is going to keep that backline safe. That's going to be negligent damage, but Pirate Windows is chunking away at it. Tomotaku going to be taken very low. IIT 2 versus 3 have to fight their way through it. Orn going to be using his ult to get that Leona straight down. Pirate Windows going to be flashing himself in there. The knock up there from Cheese and Eggs. Lucian's going to try to do what he can to kite, but J Mars is going to fall in that process. Cheese and Eggs is going to fall. Still keeping Orn alive, and Lucian's gonna have to run for his life. Manaless Lucian, Manaless Kane, who can get out? JPEG gonna be trying to get himself out through this situation. Ooh, does an incorrect read, but looks like they're gonna concede. Looks like they want to get themselves started on that dragon, but oops, sorry for camera. That's gonna be a Shyvana. Without the ultimate available, but will start. Caitlyn, no traps either to her name, but this Brogy will be enough to keep her at bay, as he has finished that Hextech Protobelt. And this is 3 games now that we've seen of Galio. So IIT, J Mars, and Leona, enough damage to hold these guys T2v3. Getting another question from chat. Cryptify, can Plu on the casting desk? I'm assuming that's a grammar for can Plu be on the casting desk. And I'm totally down, but you can't do it now because you won't be able to see the game. But Twab now running into Disperogi and J Mars. Please don't fall for this again. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's sad. The 2-man Cheeserino cheesed once again. You saw it between the Leona Kate. You hate to see it. I love to see it for IIT. But what's that saying about the old dog, new tricks, whatever? I guess it ends up working because they make things work and can secure themselves another tier 2. Cheese and Eggs are going to not go down without a fight. Will be able to take down Top Hat Lord. Will be able to get a knockup, and level 12 v10. That's going to be some damage there from Cheese and Eggs. He is confident in this. He's going to have the cooldowns. Barely, but the minion will be just enough to shut him down. Ooh. But in all of that process, 2 turrets there taken for IIT. And they are continuing to just edge out on these trades, I believe. Well, I'm totally down for Plu being a guest analyst, but I mean, as long as you're willing to actually cast and not play, that's usually the commitment I ask people that do it. So get your panels right, you know, and we can always do a co-cast or something, but the season's almost done for most of these guys, right? Division A is almost done. Hold on. Ooh, Wicked Scotty gets hit with the bait, and that's a Wicked Scotty diving all the way in here. That's going to be a AP Fizz diving right into it, followed up with the Shyvana kill. Quick 2 kills there for UAH. IIT not caught in it, but that was a 5-man commitment from those guys. And they want the kills, but that's going to be trying to get an effort onto this first tier 1. Should be secured. Cheese and Eggs still on the hunt, but knockup going to be there. The damage going to be there. The dazzle going to be there. And the taunt going to be there. And the turret will not fall. Cheese and Eggs going to have to dive himself right down there, but that's a good play here from the Hawks. J Mars wants to see if he can follow up there. That's not going to be likely any more seen. Ooh, that damage is big from that Shyvana. Zonya's going to be built as well. Need to make sure that IIT keeps that MR in check. That's going to be 2 Merc Treads for the Kane and Trundle. The wise choice will be about a minute left until that Rift Herald expires. Does IIT want to make an effort towards it? That Scuttle Ward will be available. Top Hat Lord will see them start their way on it, but that's going to be 5 members of IIT there for it. And Lucian and Tarek will not be there for that fight. Shyvana looking like she will concede it. to give it once again in IIT's favor. And we saw Kane use it fairly quickly in the top lane to give themselves the first turret. Will it be used here to mid to be able to secure it for the Hawks? Do they want to place it? They are going to place it right from the start. Ornn is not going to be there for that. And it looks like it will be the first thing that hits the tower, so it will take the brunt of it. But does IIT want to keep fighting? This is the fight that should matter. If they make a big misplay here, they're going to see it here first. Will be Ornn channeling the ultimate. It will be Fizz going right in it, but not going to be taking any more damage. The bait going to be landing on Cheese and Eggs. It's going to be taken very low. The trap line from Pirate Windows will be able to hold a couple members at bay. Ultimate not ready just as of yet. Ooh, that's J-Mars taken very low. Heal even being used from Pirate Windows. Nice call. That's the name, right? The calling. Yep. Gonna be used there to chug J-Mars to like probably 200 health or something. JPEG still going in hard on these fights. But the gold lead now in Caitlyn for 900, but don't let me jinx it. Cause that's when mistakes will happen. Tarek will have his ultimate available. Ornn will not have his for this fight. Shyvana will be there with the level 2. Will have an upgraded item there from the looks of it. Or, excuse me, he just bought it for himself. I misspoke. This rogue is going to see this from behind. Do they have the damage for it? The stuns are going to beat her. They want to go in for this. Smite will be able to be secured there from the members, but this is 3 members diving here crazily into this. Cheese and Eggs going balls deep into here. What JPEG going to try to do what he can. Pirate Windows is going to be there to close it off, and IIT is going in deep for this. I swear to God, I think Scotty jumped over the pit with Flash. Holy cow. Should I do a replay of that? Let's do a replay of that. That was actually insane. Insanely played. Like, I don't know how they actually got away with that. Okay, Weird Scotty comes around here. Oh yeah, brought to you by, not MasterCard, by Student Government Association. There you go. Our actual government body. So this where he starts himself off with Flash. Gets the knockup. Dragon is taken. Oh, Cheese Eggs does not have Smite to secure it, actually. I didn't see that. Tarek ultimate will be there. Shyvana going to ult right out of it. Won't be able to actually be captured in the dazzle. I think she tried to ult herself just in there to get that. Fizz ult completely flubbed, but Cheese and Eggs will be able to 1v2 practically. Both the Shiv and the Fizz Ducky XC practically begging to get himself out of that side, but walking right into Caitlyn auto. We'll have to knock up there. We'll have Cheese and Eggs there to follow up as well. Top handler now. Instantly the fight's over as they pushed the fight bot side. Tarek wasn't even committed to following up with that. Looks like they had pushed him out. And IIT will make their way back now to the Baron. And it looks like they should be able to secure it. I'm going to go for a little bit of a fast forward here as we did spend some time on that student government replay. I should actually get a icon panel for that, like when we do Baron plays and whatnot. That's something I'll look for in my stream next time, but that was pretty hype. Okay, blue team will be able to get Baron, and will be able to now be 8k ahead of the chart of Alabama. That's a lot of kills going over for Kane. That's a decent KDA there for Caitlyn too. She's doing work. Ornn is the real struggle though now. Ornn now looks like he's going to resign himself to facing Trundle in the top lane. Let's go back to normal speed as they want to look like they break as they look to go for the split push Trundle. And don't ever mess with Trundle when he has his eyes set on the turret. But it will be the first second tier turret here secured. Will be enough wave clear from Shyvana with that breath. Or whatever the fireball thing is. Q? No. It's definitely E. Yeah, breath. It's breath. Couple minions here. Enough to have that Baron still alive. But now going for a 2-2-1 approach. That's going to be Galio on his lonesome. Do they want to make the play onto Pirate Windows and Co. or into topside? Leaving the options open, but IIT doesn't have the info yet. It's going to be Galio starting to make the approach. It's going to be looking like they want to commit themselves just yet. Going to be Cheese and Eggs going to be able to get the knockup, but the follow-up is not going to be there. Ultimate there from... Ooh, wait, hold on. Breath is going to land right through. It's going to chunk Cheese and Eggs instantly. Wait! Pirate Window flashes in place. Pirate Window definitely misplaced that. And 3 kills there instantly for UAH. A big misplay there from IIT. Pirate Windows definitely flashed in place. I did not missee that. I definitely saw that. So, ooh. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to do much more. Baron buff going to be expiring in about less than a minute. So in that process, all IIT able to grab is 1 turret, but we'll have to concede 3 kills in the process. And I believe those kills going over to Fizz will not help things out. We talked about that backline. We talked about if that Fizz reaches there, what can IIT to get away from that? Because I was talking about it in game 2. If Leona's there trying to help the Bruiser, she will not be able to help her Fizz. So either Leona needs to be on guard duty, or Pirate Windows needs to send a prayer for a GA or something. In any case, upgraded item there for the Ornn. Baron going to be 3 minutes until it spawns, but it will be the Mountain Dragon spawning in a minute. Could be the next play here set in mind. Will be the Trundle. I think waiting for the Tiamat. There it goes. Why not just use your lens? Oh, just doesn't have it. Hey, okay, see? Now you're making me proud, dude. When you get the 15 vision score, that's when you're doing your job. That's always good to see. Oh, but control ward there to spot things out. Could start a fight from an odd flank. But there are going to be no more control wards here for IIT to scan anything out. Cheese and Eggs does not like lenses. I don't like that. You need to have lenses as a jungler. Okay, Sense of Blind. Scythe won't have anything out. But if IIT gets cut off here, this could be a big fight. They don't have too much vision really in place as of yet. Cheese and Eggs still here around here. Will be finally able to cut off the vision. Will not have any more wards to push above, but they now know that those guys are inside the bush. This Brogy going to have to try to do what he can to hold the line. Top Hat Lord going to start to fight off. Going to be ulting 3 members in place. Going to be CCing 4 members. Cheese and Eggs going to be able to take the dragon for his own, but the fight will start with Shyvana leaping in right in. Lucian going to be able to take off the Caitlyn. Shyvana going to be able to kill off the Leona. Jamar is going to fall to the Lucian, and that's going to be a ace there. Looks like from the looks of it. Cheese and Eggs going to try to do what he can for the backline, but oh boy. A flash from the Lucian to be able to get himself that kill, and that's going to be a triple kill for the Lucian, acing IIT. IIT will be able to get 2 kills and the dragon though. So the dreaded Dragon 3 will be coming up and will be another mountain. What is it with mountains today, dude? Whew. Looking like it's going to be the tier 2 tapped into now from JPEG, as I believe now he actually takes back the gold lead on top of himself. Just barely. 400 gold. Well, not a problem. He should be able to get it with a couple of camps and whatnot. But now both ADCs pretty much dead even. Now it's all on the supports to try to do what they can. Wicked Scotty is there in terms of the XP, but not able to help as much in terms of the level. Oh my, Jamar's using the TP straight into the backline is not going to be able to get any kills from that. That's a risky play there that does not end up paying off at all. And UAH steadily climbing up back into this game, clawing their way back into it literally with this Tomo Taco carry here. 8, 3, and 5, might I add. IIT won't be there for that dragon, perhaps. Will be a smite there to secure it. Will be the dazzle there in place as well. And could just be waiting until the next dragon or the next big fight. IIT now 4 members strong. J-Mars is going to take a while to get back into this fight. This is a 5-man fight here available for these guys. Cheese and Eggs coming all the way from the back. Fight going to be started here. Shyvana wants to go in. It's going to be JPEG taken very low, but it's going to be cleared before the Taric ult can come in place. Nice kiting there. Will take out Cheese and Eggs. Shyvana Breath will be able to slow her down. IIT is going to be pulling out 3 kills, a 3v5 battle. Who would have thought it? But that's going to be Taric taken out. That's going to be the Ornn taken very low. Wicked Scotty looks like he wants to go in. They're setting their sights on him, but that's going to be 4 kills there. Smite even there, and now J-Mars. And we talked about it. It's going to be the kill there onto the Ornn. It's going to be Wicked Scotty helping things off, and that's going to be the inhib turret. That's going to be the inhib now. Finished here off for IIT. 10 seconds left until that Lucian is up. Can they go for more? No, they're going to backtrack. They're looking like they're going to go for Baron. It's the right call. They're going to have Chamars actually keep at it, wanting to get at least just one turret away from it as he's going to put some more pressure onto these guys. IIT now coming back here for this Baron will be ready and available. No vision here. Nothing to get UAH over to the side besides just this wave of minions if they even want to do it. But they don't have the TP available. IIT going to start it. Going to be hitting it under 10k. Pirate Windows turning on big in that fight. Able to keep alive under that Fizz. Not going to be enough damage with just the Lich and the Zonias. And that's going to be the Baron secured there for IIT once again. That's 2 Barons actually, in fact. What am I getting in chat? Let's go IIT. Yes. Gold player kingdom. Peak gameplay. Hey, alright, gold versus gold is actually exciting. You get to see the one tricks versus like actual 5v5, and especially in collegiate, most teams actually like to play 1v5, but you know, you do a lot more head palms in the team play. I'll give you that. But what? Cryptified, that's a Bud Light Ace. Nope, we are definitely not sponsored by any alcohol departments. That's a Tesla throw. If you're talking about when they died right after Dragon, yeah, that was probably a throw. But it's going to be 5 members of UAH here inside their bot jungle looking like they want to try to get their way into this Dragon. But IIT instead says, screw that. Let's just go for the turrets and end this game. J-Mars needs to sleep. This guy has got a 5 a.m. practice game in here. And they are going to concede it, and they are not going to make an effort for it. Shyvana will be there alone side, but she is the main source of damage. Not being there for the team is tantamount to throwing the game. Going to be the ultimate landing it through. What the fuck? JPEG landing it through. I don't even care about Swerg anymore. She's an ace getting the knock. I'm going to be finishing him off. It's going to be the Orange going to be taken out by the Kayn ultimate. Caitlyn kiting away, killing off the Fizz. Sniper from downtown, hit it, ult that, ult to Taric, 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 ult to Taric. It's not going to come through. It is going to be the second turret falling, and IIT in a tough game here, well fought from both sides, will take the Game 3 victory. 29-21, 60.2 to 49.3k gold in just 30 minutes. Well played. Take a look at the damage. Oh, man. I didn't think that you could actually have AP Galio be that busted, but Disproki's showing us wrong. With the most damage coming out, Caitlyn also able to finally have a game that she outdamages the Lucian, the UAH ADC as well. Alright, take it back to the score. Hard fought series for sure. All right, let's take it into the interview stage and go into chat, see how these boys are doing. Hello.
Lucian cleared the wave instantly. Lucian also cleared the wave. I think his Inferno actually was good. You got a free. I mean, I don't think it mattered in the end, but it's free power, right? Oh, it's Elvin. It's here already. Yeah. No, I think what he did was right. I don't. Yo, Juan. Elvin's in our fucking voice chat already.
Hey, oh dang. What's up, Elvin? Alright, we have an audience at the audience want to say hello. Hello. Wow. It's not completely might be going too far. We were doing a pretty good job at first. I didn't get to play League of Legends. I just got KCC.
That shit, like, it was Nautilus key. That's why we lost.
Yeah, I mean, it's the combination of Nautilus, Galio. What was the other one? Scion. Like, we just couldn't fucking move. And we're playing this, like, bruiser comp that has to run at Kaisa's face, and she's a million ways of healing herself.
Boys, dude.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, he always wants.
I mean, is that fair? He's playing Aphelios. That champion actually is broken. Like that champion, if you know how to play him, it's stupid. Like you only beat him level 2. That's it. Everything after that, you can't beat him. Like it doesn't matter.
I'm just saying. After he picked the
Quan still killed him though
Eric,
in lane.
double killed him.
That's because I'm a god. But I mean, that's
Yeah, it's Scott. It was all Scotty actually.
Also,
It was all like
they
Danny
did
that came
not
through.
answer the more pick well. They weren't ready for it at all.
yeah.
I
No,
mean, I just
game 2, 100%.
and that first team fight, I just ulted Aphelios. And their team didn't know what to do. They were like, "Oh,
Well,
we
no
built
one
an
time we
entire
lost that
team
game
pump
in
around
team fight
Aphelios,
when
and
we
he's gone."
didn't ult him.
Yeah, that guy's a smurf, 100%. He's not cool. I
I
bet my
That's a good
reputation.
word. I appreciate it.
I think their whole team is not
Actually,
gold.
thank you, James.
So.
You know, get all this hype.
I mean, I didn't expect it, but honestly, I don't think it worked out that well for them. I mean,
Lucian, they trolled. I mean, the Lucian pick was so bad. I don't know what he was thinking.
the Fizz did kill me twice, but he was also down like half my CS because I froze on him for like 3 minutes, and he only killed me when the Shyvana came top, which means, I mean,
that's what
Danny's
happened
doing
in
shit
match two.
elsewhere.
Yeah,
So-
if they pick Sivir, I feel like they had a chance. That game.
Honestly, him going Fizz top seemed really stupid to me. Like, Ornn, yeah.
Our Galio, their Galio.
Dude, hell yeah, dude.
Ooh.
Well,
Absolutely.
We're about,
yeah.
We popped off really hard.
we're
on
about
this
to play
game,
that
so.
team that didn't want to scrim us, so we're about to fucking. Assuming they won. Oh wait, never mind, not them. Oh wait, we're in semifinals. Wait, we're in semis. It says we're.
What?
Yeah, I don't know who we're playing.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a one loser bracket, but it's like best of one only.
No, it's
It's single elimination.
No, it's best of 3. They made it best of 3.
Wait, is it best
Oh,
of
it is?
three? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so then we're okay then. Yeah, there is a loser bracket.
If we lose, but I mean, we're not planning on losing, so.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Oh shoot. I had that entire interview cut. Oops. Alright. I just realized that I had that entire interview cut. I can't believe I'm alright. That's a Bud Light facepalm moment there for sure. Ooh boy. Alright, well, in any case, if you didn't hear, the summary was that they weren't expecting the Fizz mid to rotate to top lane to start off the game, but you know, Jmar's 9 did a really good job on freezing the lane to keep him in place. And then for game 2, they did not have an answer for that Mord pick. Mord instead choosing to ult the Aphelios with him, was able to leave UAH pretty scattered, but seemed like UAH put too much emphasis on their ADC to be able to carry through with the game, but IIT game 2 and 3 finally had the answer for him. Cheese and Eggs and Pirate Windows using the Kane and Caitlyn to great lengths. That's going to do it for us today, though. Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate an active channel coming in for game 3. That's what I like to see. And if you want to continue supporting the Hawks, you know, feel free to follow us on that Twitch, follow us on some of that social media. And with that, this is Elvin Moyes saying good night and signing off.